So let's start with Prince Andrew, since this news is brand new. Ghislaine Maxwell giving an interview from behind bars, and it aired last night in the UK, saying a lot of things, but providing some help to Prince Andrew, who of course has been sort of booted out as a working royal in the wake of this scandal. He was friends with Jeffrey Epstein. He went to see Jeffrey Epstein even after Epstein had pleaded guilty in connection with some of his behavior toward young women. And it's been a stain around the royal family, around Prince Andrew for years now. Ghislaine Maxwell convicted on her own charges of facilitating sexual assaults against young women as Jeffrey Epstein's partner, at times romantic, at times business, at times, I don't know how else to explain the remainder of their relationship. But here is what she now says about this infamous photo that many of us have seen. This young woman, Virginia Giuffre, accused Prince Andrew of helping traffic her, of sexually abusing her at least 3 times a long time ago. And there is one photograph of the two of them, Virginia and Prince Andrew, allegedly at Ghislaine Maxwell's home in the UK. Some have suggested it's a fake. Prince Andrew said that. And Ghislaine Maxwell providing some support for that. Here she is last night.
I don't believe it's real for a second. In fact, I'm sure it's not. There's never been an original. And further, there's no photograph. And I've only ever seen a photocopy of it.
She doesn't believe it's real. She thinks it's fake. And this news breaks as we hear that Prince Andrew may be seeking to undo the settlement agreement that he entered into with Giuffre a couple years back. What do you make of all of it?
Well, there's so much to say. And one is, you talk about Ghislaine Maxwell giving him help from jail. I'm not sure how helpful her interview is. She's a convicted felon. And what she has to say about the photograph, I mean, people connected to Andrew have been trying to put across this image for a long time that the picture may be a fake. But they've never come up with any evidence. And when my sister newspaper, the Sunday Times, looked at it, they got photographic and computer experts to look at the picture to see if there's any evidence of photoshopping, and they couldn't find any. So they've had a long time in which to pull apart this photograph and show it's not what it is meant to be, and they failed to do so. So I'm not sure how much credibility we give to that. And I'm not sure how much use Ghislaine Maxwell's intervention is to Andrew.
Well, and they were always friends, were they not? I mean, this is sort of how he came into the orbit of Jeffrey Epstein. It was through Ghislaine Maxwell.
That's right. They've been friends for a long time. They've had a close relationship. And it was through her that he met Jeffrey Epstein, yeah.
So she's got some knowledge of the relationship, and she is to, in some ways, be blamed for the relationship and the introduction and the whatever royal exposure Jeffrey Epstein had. It's sort of bizarre to hear her speaking out from behind bars. She did also weigh in, for the sake of the audience, on whether she believes Jeffrey Epstein actually killed himself. Here's a little bit of that.
I believe that he was murdered. Well, I was shocked. And I wondered how it had happened. I obviously wish I'd never met him, because I didn't know that he was so awful. I mean, obviously now, looking back with hindsight, of course, but at the time, I mean, he had lots of friends. I mean, he was friendly with just about everybody you can imagine.
There she is with Talk TV. I didn't know he was so awful. Of course, a jury has found something very different and has found that she was awful in her own right. What is going on here? Why is she doing this? What do you think are the dynamics behind this?
Maybe she's working up to an appeal, perhaps. I don't know what on earth she hopes to achieve by that. And coming out with this stuff about, I didn't know how awful he was. I mean, come on. She was his right-hand woman for all those years. She was procuring these young girls for him. She was stopping young girls in the street and getting them to come into his harem, as it were. I mean, the idea that she didn't know is just laughable.
Like many people, I am eating healthier these days, and that's why I love good olive oil. And by good, I mean fresh. Freshness makes all the difference. Olive oil packs the most flavor and healthiest nutrients when it's fresh from the farm. And that is the problem with supermarket olive oils. They're not fresh. They can be sitting on that shelf for God knows how many months, growing stale. That is why I like my olive oil direct from small, award-winning farms, and I get it thanks to a guy named TJ Robinson, also known as the olive oil hunter. When I first tasted TJ's farm fresh oils, I fell in love with them. Vibrant, grassy, delicious flavors. They are amazing on salads, veggies, pasta, meat, fish, whatever you put olive oil on. And as an introduction to his fresh-pressed olive oil club, TJ is willing to send you a full-size bottle of one of the world's finest artisanal olive oils. It's worth $39 for just $1 charged to you, just one, to help him cover the shipping. Best of all, there's never a commitment to buy anything, and you can cancel your membership at any time. Get your free $39 bottle for just $1 shipping and taste the difference freshness makes. Go to harvestfreshnow.com. harvestfreshnow.com for a free bottle and pay just $1 in shipping. harvestfreshnow.com. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.